We're very pleased to welcome now Kavery Banerjee, Secretary Posts and Chairman of the PS Board, India Post, with us on NDTV Profit this afternoon. Ms. Banerjee, thank you for joining us. I'm going to get straight to it. You know, in his budget speech, the Finance Minister talked of a massive focus on rolling out ATMs and micro ATMs at post offices with the end goal of increasing access to financial services. I'm asking you a broad question first. How does this change life at India Post?
Well, first of all, the project for putting ATMs and micro ATMs through post offices is already an approved project. It is part of the huge IT modernization project which we are in the middle of implementing, and we've progressed quite far in that direction. So we are supposed to put up some 1,000 ATMs for a post office savings bank customers, and we are also supposed to provide micro ATM connectivity for all our rural branch post offices, which means that every rural post office will have this handheld mobile device which will function as a micro ATM.
You know, but I was actually keen to understand whether there could be a larger, wider, more accelerated focus given the FM's comments, you know, during his budget speech on the India Post. Is that a correct interpretation?
No. Definitely you have understood it correctly. This being part of the approved project, the second project which we are just about to embark upon is the setting up of the India Post Payments Bank, for which we've got in principle approval from the RBI, and we are currently in the process of obtaining the requisite government approvals. The Public Investment Board has already recommended the setting up of the bank, and the proposal is now to be placed before the CCEA, that is the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, for which we've already floated our proposal. So as part of the Payments Bank, we intend to put in a huge number of ATMs, which will be white label ATMs, that is not necessarily owned by us, but managed ATM services riding on a vendor. You know, very simple question. Right now, how many ATMs and micro ATMs does India Post have up and running? So far, we have set up 635 ATMs. The technology project envisaged setting up of 1,000 ATMs. And we are hopeful that the remaining 365 shall be up and going by the end of this month. And so far as the micro ATMs are concerned, actually, the project took a little time to take off because we had to re-tender thrice. But finally, the software is being tested, and I think we should be able to start sometime a little later this month. And so far as the hardware is concerned, we should be able to supply some 20,000 by the end of this month to post offices across the country, and the remaining 1,10,000 shall be rolled out by March 2017.
You know, one is keen to understand what are the types of services and the nature of the client base that is currently using these ATMs, but because one imagines that, you know, when you have ATMs in play, there could be a tech barrier, particularly in rural areas.
Well, frankly speaking, the nature of customers varies from, I mean, we have urban customers, we have rural customers. They come from all over the country, and we have a huge post office account base both in our rural and urban post offices. The idea is that, you know, it is people who feel more comfortable with the post office ambience apart from sheer accessibility. A lot of people feel intimidated by the bank ambience. So they feel just more comfortable with post offices and the post office staff, many of whom know them personally. So the entire client base, which is covered by the post offices at present, will have access to the ATMs and micro ATMs. The micro ATM will in fact be a kind of facilitated ATM service, in the sense that the customer will not be operating the ATM. It will be the post office staff who will be operating the device, through which payouts can be given, balances can be checked, the transactions can be validated through a generation of a receipt and a voice message. So that is what the micro ATMs will do, and the other ATMs will function like a normal bank ATM. And we've already supplied some 10 lakh debit cards across the country, and the post offices are in the process of handing them out to our existing post office savings bank customers. Once the payment bank comes in, then the other set of ATMs will start rolling, and by then we hope that these ATMs will all become interoperable, meaning bank customers can also access their accounts through our ATMs, and our customers can also access their accounts through the bank ATM. So that will make it much more easier. So far as the rural areas are concerned, yes, technology is a challenge, because even now internet operability is a problem. Even where there is internet, it is not very stable. So in fact, the first 1,000 ATMs we are setting up are primarily in post office locations which already have connectivity. So, but going forward, for the payments bank, as I said, those will be white label ATMs, managed services, which may be in a post office or located outside a post office also.
You know, you referred to interoperability, and when you say that, are you talking about, interoperability with other banks, outside of the sort of post office umbrella?
We are talking about interoperability with all ATMs. The 1,000 ATMs we are setting up now, we should be finishing by the end of this month. These are functional only within the post office core banking network. So bank account holders cannot access their accounts through our ATMs, nor can post office savings bank account holders access their accounts through bank ATMs. But we have already approached the Reserve Bank of India for permitting us to make the ATMs interoperable with other bank ATMs, so that there is more optimal usage of the existing ATM facilities across the country, and access is easier for everybody.
Okay, thank you for patiently explaining that, because, there are a lot of questions surrounding this. Now, you refer to the progress on the payments banks from India Post. You've already alluded to some of the progress made, but I'm going to use this opportunity to get you to summarize exactly where you are as far as the payment bank is concerned.
Payments bank, as I mentioned, we are in the process of obtaining the necessary government approvals, including the permission for the postal department to function as a bank. And we've already got the recommendations of the Public Investment Board. We have floated the note for the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs. So once that is cleared, we hope to move forward with the architecture of the bank. Our consultant has already been finalized, so we will be working with the consultant to firm up our rollout strategy. And we have to go back to the RBI with our strategic plan and technology components. We need to clarify it to them, and they have to vet it before they give us the permission to start operations. And we have to get back to the RBI within the first week of March 2017. So we hope to launch the first branches starting beginning of next financial year, that is April 2017.
Okay, I'm going to change gears a little bit because, India Post is now increasingly beginning to handle delivery for e-commerce players. And I wanted a sense from you on how that piece is growing.
800, including all the major players in India as of date.
Okay, so you've got 800 e-commerce players that you're doing delivery for. How do you see the revenue share from parcels growing in the years ahead?
Yeah, actually over the last 1 year, just the parcel service itself has grown by about 120% in just 1 year. So the revenues from the parcel riding on e-commerce have grown by 120%, which is, I mean, what should I say? It's been a key game changer for the department, because we are having to shift our, handling machinery, equipment. It involves a paradigm shift in terms of booking, transmission and delivery, because from letters to parcels, it's a whole new ball game. So we've been ramping up our capacities to strengthen this segment and how to, achieve better efficiencies.
Well, Ms. Banerjee, you've been very patient in answering all of my questions, cutting across issues, whether it's this whole, focus the government has to, use the post office system to provide access to financial services, or it's the payments bank, or the fact that India Post is now actually the backbone for many e-commerce players. Thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit today.
Oh, I'll look forward to that. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to clarify some of the key concerns I think most people share, because I am getting so many questions on this. Thank you so much.